Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you have ever thought like, I know English, but why does CELPIP reading trip me up? Then you're not alone. In the next few minutes, you will learn exactly how the test is built, the four core skills you must master, and I'm going to give my top insider strategies to score more than 9 or 10. So grab a pen, let's get started. First of all, what is the CELPIP General Reading Test is about? So it is a computer delivered and gives you 55 to 60 minutes to complete four scored parts. It consists of reading correspondence, 11 questions, reading to apply a diagram, 8 questions, reading for information, 9 questions, and reading for a viewpoints, 10 questions. So overall, you'll be having 38 scored questions. Now, let's see some of the skills assessed for this test. The first one is detail and specific information. So you need to look for where is the data comes from or what exact phrase is that. So you need to look for the key details and the specific information. And inference implication. What's hinted but not said? So what are its inferences? What does it infer? The text infers. And what are its implications on the context? All these things will be assessed. Organization and purpose. So if you got a diagram or chart or email, you need to look why was this diagram or the chart or the email got created and what was the purpose of it. Got it? And finally, author's viewpoint and tone. So try to analyze whether the writer is positive or concerned or neutral. Got it? Now, I'm going to give you some important strategies to boost your score so that you'll be getting 9 plus or more than 10 plus. Are you ready now? The first one is preview and predict. So try to skim the questions before reading and you can try to predict possible answers too. The next one is keyword spotting. So try to look for the keywords, key details, circle the dates, names, data points in the question, and you can also scan passages for matches because each paraphrases count. And process of elimination, this is also one of the important strategy. Try to toss out choices with absolute language. If you come across words like always or never, unless context demands it. And paraphrase recognition. So look for synonyms, purchase, then look for the words like buy. Or if you find a word like initiative, so try to find a synonym for that, maybe project. Okay, so always try to look for synonyms and try to identify the paraphrase. Time boxing. What does it mean? Time boxing. 1.5 minutes per question. So if you stuck at 2 minutes, try to make an educated guess and move on. And answer in your own words. Before looking at options, try to answer briefly in your head or on scratch paper. Then you can match it finally. And stay calm and review because you can use extra minutes for double checking your uncertain answers. Got it? Now, have you ever read an email and thought whether are they being polite, sarcastic, or secretly angry? That's exactly what CELPIP wants to know in reading correspondence. So when we are talking about this reading correspondence, this section is all about you will be reading an email or it could be a message also and you will answer 11 multiple choice questions. So it's all about tone, purpose, vocabulary, and inference. Let me tell you what are the important skills that you need to have for this task, for this reading correspondence task. The first one is understanding implied meaning. Okay, and the second one is recognizing the tone, whether the tone is formal or casual or annoyed or cheerful. Okay, you need to recognize the tone. And reading between the lines, that is also pretty important. And matching content to intention. You try to match the content to the intention And this is the important tip I'm going to give you here. They are not just testing vocabulary, they are testing your emotional reading of the message. That matters a lot when it comes to reading correspondence. Let's see some of the important strategy here. The first strategy is the first and last line scan. So where you need to catch the core tone fast, rapid. Okay. So time is precious in CELPIP, right? So how do you figure out the tone in seconds? You can start by zooming in on the first and the last lines of the email. Why? Because that's where writers usually reveal their mood and intent, whether they are opening warmly, closing firmly, or thanking you sweetly. Imagine it like checking the start and end of a movie trailer. You instantly know if it's a comedy, thriller, or drama, right? So, what is your job here? Catch that emotional tone right off the bat. Is it thankful, firm, casual, worried, annoyed, or just super polite? Lock it in before diving deep. Got it? Now, let's move on to the second strategy. The second strategy is also very important one, tone shift detector. Okay? Yes, the sneaky middle of the email, the place where people often change direction. So you need to watch out for transition phrases like however, that said, on the other hand, or even a soft just to let you know. So these words are tone shifters that will change the entire context or the meaning, right? So they flip the vibe of the email, maybe from warm to formal or from appreciative to a mild request. So basically, these shifts can completely change your answer choice. So you need to tune your radar to it. It's not always negative, sometimes it's just constructive or professional, not emotional. Okay, so don't fall for just the beginning, track the journey of the tone. And the third strategy is vocabulary watch. So let the words do the talking. In self-help, the words themselves are little mood clues, like actors playing a role. Certain words scream tone. Is the writer being polite, cold, or frustrated, sarcastic, or neutral? So look for emotionally charged words versus softeners. Also, you can check the sentence structure, whether it's a polite request, whether they are using like could you, while firm directions give the niceties, right? Vocabulary is not just about what is said, but how it's said. So put on your language detective hat and ask, is this word choice soft, or is this word choice is friendly, or it is cold or commanding or professional? Look for it. And strategy 4, eliminate the wrong tones. So here is the process of smart elimination. Sometimes you won't instantly know what the tone is, right? But you will surely know what it's not. So you have to reverse your approach. Knock out the clearly wrong options first. Too rude, eliminate. Too sarcastic, not matching the email web, out it goes. Too generic or detached when the message feels warm and specific, nope. So by getting rid of what does not fit, then you are left with a tone that actually reflects the overall emotional temperature of the message. Think of it as clearing the fog to find the real path to get the correct answers. And that's all for today's video. Remember the strategies that we have discussed so far. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more self-help tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.